Oh, welcome everybody. Are you excited? It's day number 1. This is a 3-day journey that has the potential to completely change your life. Now, let me know in the comments there. Put a 1 in the comments if you are completely new to the digital space. You are completely new. You're like, I'm not sure even how to make money online. I'm not even sure how to create a digital product. Okay, we've got a lot of ones in here, right? Put a 2 in the comments for me if you are a physical business owner. In other words, you've got physical products or you have a service that you would love to take online. You just don't know how. You're thinking you're scratching your head, you're thinking, I just don't think I can take my business online because I know a lot of people have that. Okay, so we have some 2s in here, right? So put a 3 in the comments for me if you've already been in online business. You've had success, you've had some sales, but you have no idea how to scale your business. You are looking for ways how to create your own digital product. You are looking for ways how to build your own brand, have some extra income streams coming in. Okay, so we have a lot of 3s in the house as well. Okay, awesome. So before we get going, I want you to give me a word in the comments there. What is your reason for being here? What is your reason? Like, I know you probably want to make more money, but why? I want to know the why behind it all. Okay? Real freedom, family, okay? Freedom, financial freedom, security, learn, better life, time freedom. Freedom is a very popular word on here, right? Freedom, financial freedom. All right. Want to be flexible. Work for yourself. All right. Okay. Well, you are in the right place. Let me tell you that you're in the right place. So I'm excited to get going. I'm going to start sharing my screen. We're going to do a little bit of screen sharing and then we're going to get all interactive. So let me know in the comments there. Are you guys in a place where you can really you can take some notes? Just put yes in the comments if you are switched, you locked in, you like, I can take notes, I'm ready for this, I'm ready to learn. Okay, I'm going to try and go as quick as possible. All right, I'll try and go as quick as possible because I don't want to keep you here for 2 hours, but it all depends on, I'm here to help you. Okay, so welcome to day 1 of the Create and Profit Challenge. I call that because, you have something inside of you. You might just not know it yet. You have so many income streams waiting to be born inside of you. So I want you to imagine this for a moment, okay? Close your eyes for just 1 second, okay? I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine it's 90 days from now. And 90 days from now, you like waking up in the morning, you are grabbing your coffee, and you pick up your phone. And as you're picking up your phones, you are seeing sales notifications, money that's coming into your bank account. And I want you to think to yourself, you just made money without having to beg people to buy from you. You just made money without posting 7 times a day to social media. You made money with something that you created that's solving someone's problem, and you created that once. Open your eyes and let me know, how does that feel? How does that feel? 90 days from now, if you can have that. So cool, awesome, amazing, right? Do you feel that freedom? Do you feel that freedom of knowing that you can actually earn money in your sleep? Or does it sound a little bit too good to be true? Okay, so I know exactly that. I know that feeling of it sounds a little bit too good to be true. Okay, put a 1 in the comments if you are there. It sounds a little bit too good to be true, Lizelle. I think I believe you, but I'm like, oh, I just don't know. Okay, so I'm glad all the 1s are on here, okay? Because I want to tell you that when I started my journey in the online space, I had to Google the words digital marketing. I had no clue what a digital product even was. I had to Google because I didn't understand it. The good news is, guys, we live in a world where everything's going digital, and it's making your life and my life a lot easier. Because think about when you purchase something online, it just happens, right? Put a yes in the comments if you ordered something online in the past 3 months. It just happens. You order it. You can order like 2 o'clock in the morning and you'll immediately get that email to say, yes, your order has been placed. Yes, I'm going to send you it. This is when you can expect your shipment. And if it's a digital product like a course or a template or maybe a fitness or an eating plan, you immediately get that product, right? That is what I want you to start thinking about. I want you to start thinking about the new way for you to live, to a place where you can be in 90 days from now, where you can totally transform your life. I even want to say 30 days because I transformed my life in 30 days of starting. So let me just stop screen sharing here for a second and let you know, because I really want you to get the idea of what I'm saying. I'm a normal, regular mom that has 3 daughters. Okay. When I was looking for a way to earn an extra income, I was looking for extra jobs. I was looking for Googling how to make money online. I knew the online space was booming. I just didn't know the how. Now, let me know in the comments. They put how in the comments if you are there. You're like, I know people are making money. I just don't know the how. This is why I do this. And this is why I don't charge doing this. Because I know a lot of people are struggling financially. And the reason that they are struggling most of the time is because they think this is too good to be true. No one is showing them, making their mind, showing them what is really possible in the online space. Normal people like us can do this now. So I want to encourage you. If I can go from working all the time, still being broke, still living paycheck to paycheck, never having that financial freedom that you want right now, if I can go from broke, working full time, to making multiple 6 figures in dollars online, because I'm South African, so having to say dollars is very important, because like $1,000 is like 20,000 Rand in my currency, right? That is amazing. I mean, when I started my online business, I just wanted to make 20,000 Rand, which is $1,000. I average double or triple that sometimes in a day, right? It is insane what is possible when you can just get out of that rut of believing it's too good to be true, and get out of that rut of, but Lizelle, my life has always been like this. Your life doesn't always have to be like that, okay? There's a new way waiting for you, and it's called digital marketing, and it's called 2026. Okay, you don't have to buy a program to sell a program. You don't have to create a $7 product and go and ask and beg people to buy it. I'm going to show you exactly in the next 3 days how you're going to choose who your customer is, what your niche is, what you already have that you can offer and get paid for it. Are you guys ready? Put ready in the comments if you are, and then we're going to get cracking. All right? There we go. Okay, so now we can get going. So what I'm going to share with you is what it is, what the digital space entails, okay? Why is it important that you get in on it now, okay? So if you don't know it by now, the digital economy is booming, okay? There are over 5.3 billion people scrolling social media. When I started, and that was almost 2 years ago, we were 4.8 billion people. 4.5 or 4.8, I can't really remember. But we have grown at such a huge rate. 82% of buyers say that social media influences their purchasing decisions. And one of these industries is the e-learning industry. If you can teach someone a skill, you can make a lot of money, because let's face it, if you want to make more money, you need to upskill yourself. Okay, can I get an amen on the comments? I mean, why do doctors go and learn for being a doctor? Because they want to live the life of a doctor. Yes, it can be a passion, but they help people so they can make a lot of money by helping people, right? If someone is in a business setting or at their work and they want to get a promotion, what happens? They need to be trained. They need to go on a course. They need to upskill themselves to be able to earn more money and ask for a bigger salary. You guys agree? Right? So the e-learning industry is the fastest growing industry out there. Just look at what is predicting to grow in 2026. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, the market is saturated, there's so many people doing it, man, we're like a dot in the universe doing it right now. Okay, so there's so much more space. So what we're doing today is I'm going to help you find your profitable niche. I'm going to help you identify what makes it work and identify your buyers. Because when you know exactly who you're helping and you know exactly who your niche is, it doesn't become a business, it becomes a service. It's you feel like helping instead of selling. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I never wanted to sell. I just wanted to help, right? So the who, if you don't know who you are selling to, it doesn't matter what you create. I meet so many people that they say, Lizelle, I want to create this, I want to create that. I was one of them, by the way. I was like, what can I do that's my passion? Like, people say when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Like, what can I do? And I would always think, what product can I create? Or what new thing can I invent, right? But it doesn't really matter if you don't know who you're selling to, if you don't know who you're helping, right? Why most people never make money is online is they ask the wrong question. They ask, what product should I create? Instead, they should ask, who am I creating this for? And what problem are they willing to pay to solve? Now, I'm very curious. Let me know in the comments. Think about the last thing you ordered online or the last thing you ordered online that solved a problem for you. And let me know what that was. I'll tell you what mine was. I wanted some Christmas decorations for my balcony, okay? And I didn't know where to buy Christmas decorations for that. So I Googled that because I'm in a small town. We don't have those type of decorations. And I found Temu. And that's where I ordered my stuff. So I had a small little problem. It wasn't really a problem, but I bought it, right? Let's see. Air fryer, wireless microphone, clothes, medication for my niece, a vacuum, Shein, clothes, motorcycle, okay? So why are you buying from Shein? Shein is very well known. And why you buy from Shein is they are a lot more affordable. And you can get a lot more for your dollar, right? So what was your pain point? Your pain point was, I would love to look nice and wear nice clothes, but I can't afford like a $500 top. You know, it's just ridiculous. So Shein solved that problem. Does that make sense? Right? It makes sense. Money is created from this formula. Okay? One person, one problem, one solution. The mistake a lot of people make is they want to sell to everyone. I see it all the time. People will start with their physical business or their online business. And I'm like, okay, who are you selling to? Like, who's your ideal buyer? And they would tell me, well, anyone that wants to be financially free, or anyone that wants cupcakes for their party, or anyone, that's the problem. That's the problem, because if you're trying to sell to everyone, you don't stand out in the market and you end up selling to no one because you're vanilla. You're not really relevant to that person. Think about it when you scroll social media and you are looking for something specific, okay? Let's say I'll explain to you what I did, okay? So I'm in the digital marketing space, so I know the value of funnels. Now, a funnel is when someone puts their email address in. That's how you came to this workshop, right? You put your email address in somewhere because you wanted more information, right? And when you put in your email address, you got someone that answered you, right? You got someone that answered you, and eventually you got an email to say you were invited to this workshop. Now, that's a funnel. That's an automated system that works in the background for you. So I was looking to build a new funnel because I don't know how to build a new funnel, but I was looking for someone that was an expert because I want to help my community members, who is everyone's in digital marketing. I wanted to help them sell better in their sleep, right? So the funnel does all the heavy lifting for them. So what I did was, I didn't know what this was costing. And I was like, well, let me see what the rate goes for. So I went on Google and I'm like, okay, it goes about anything between $2,500 to $5,000. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for someone, okay? So I put an ad out looking for a person and someone that's professional. I have like 10 respond, okay? 9 of them respond and it's in my budget. It's in the $5,000 framework, right? But one responds and they charge me $10,000. Okay. Now I'm going to say again, I was looking for someone professional. The 9 of them said that before I carry on, Larishka, can you see my chat box?
Yes, I can see the chat box.
No, on my screen, if I pull it there in the middle.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to know because I don't want it to be in front. I wasn't sure because we renewed some settings on Zoom. Any case, so 9 of them were saying to me, yes, they've done funnels for every single, the one has done funnels for a clothing store. The other one has done funnels for a dentist, And there's one person that was charging $10,000, specialized in online business, helping online business owners create funnels. He spoke about webinars, what I do regularly, about workshops and stuff like that, right? Who do you think I went with? Do you think I looked at the 9 or did I go for that $10,000 one? Just put 1 or 2 or 10K, right? The most expensive one. Exactly. Because my problem was, I was testing something behind the scenes and I knew it was working well, but I wanted something that worked better. I already had something that was working. So my pain point was I needed a professional, someone that can build me $100 million funnel, right? Someone that knows what they're doing. They've got the stats. They've got a proven model that works, right? So I was willing to pay for it because what is the transformation that I'm paying for? The transformation that I'm paying for is I'm going to have to do less. I can do less and less, and all my community members can do less. Instead of working more, they can now do less because the funnel is going to do the heavy lifting. Does that make sense? Right? Now, why am I sharing this story with you? I'm sharing this with you because the one niched down, the one called me out. Think about when you are a parent, okay, and you give parent, let's say you a or let me think about, I'm thinking about one of my customers. She lost a lot of weight. Okay. She lost a lot of weight. But let's say her perfect customer is anyone that wants to lose weight, right? Do you agree that there are hundreds, if not millions, of people advertising weight loss strategies? Right? My chat box come up on screen and covers my face. Can you guys all see me clearly? Can you see me clearly?
It's not coming up on our side or on my side. I don't see your chat box. Only you and then your screen.
So if the chat box comes up, I think it's the outside chat box. Just press the little cross button there. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so do you get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that when you niche down, like let's say if you are going to see a doctor, okay, and you go to your normal GP and you've got a problem. God forbid you've got maybe ovarian cancer, okay? Who are you going to go to? Are you going to let the GP treat you, or are you going to let a specialist treat you? You're obviously going to let the specialist treat you, right? Why wouldn't you? Because he knows what he's talking about. He's niched down, okay? And this is what happens online. So people look online for ways to earn an extra income, right? I just do want to see your chats. Okay, yeah, the specialist. People are looking for ways online, and social media is busy, okay? So if you are scrolling or you're posting and you just sound like everybody else, like let's say weight loss, and it's just weight loss, weight loss, weight loss, who are you going to choose to buy from? You're going to buy from that person that relates with you. Like I'm 42 years old, right? I've had all my kids. Okay, so if I wanted to lose weight, then I would want someone to talk to me that specializes in over 40s, when the metabolism slows down and you've had now kids and adjusting to a new habit and stuff like that, right? You want to speak to one person. So what is a niche? A niche is who you help plus what the problem it is that you solve. An example here is 3 things that you have overcome. You can write that down, okay? 3 things that you have overcome, learned, or could teach someone else. I want you to write this down before we go to the next slide. That's important, because if you don't do it, what most people do is they stay inside their head. They think too much on what they can't do or who they can't help, instead of just writing down what they're already good at. Okay, so just write 3 things down. Maybe something that you've overcome. Like I've got a customer, she's lost a lot of weight. She never thought she could lose that much weight, but that's something she overcame. She lost a lot of weight, so she can actually help other people lose weight, right? Learn something that you've learned. Maybe you just started your online business and you already know 10% more of what someone else knows. And maybe you wish someone did X, Y, and Z when you started. Maybe that's a gap for you to start creating something there, right? Or anything that you can teach someone. You don't have to be an expert, okay? I don't want you thinking that you need to be an expert. You just need to know 10% more of what other people know, okay? That's it. So here's an example for you. On the left-hand side, you'll see is what you know and something that you can teach. So you can literally write that down, okay? On the right-hand side, the gold is what people are already paying for. Okay, now that middle section, that's where your profitable niche is going to be. So what we don't do is we don't pick a niche based on the passion that we have. Now that might be some aha moments for some, right? You pick where your passion meets someone's pain point. So people are already paying for, this is the number one way how you can know if what you are about to create, if it's going to be profitable. You're trying to reinvent the wheel, it's going to take a very long time. So just look at what people are already looking for, okay? What are they searching online? If they're already buying these type of things, you know you've got a profitable niche. So does it make sense? So on the left-hand side, you list what you're good with. On the right-hand side, what are people already buying? Your profitable niche is going to be in the middle, right? So I gave you some examples because I know a lot of you are already in digital. So if you're good with Canva or maybe selling systems, right? And people are already paying for ways to learn how to make income from home. They're already paying for templates or digital products or whatever. Then your business in a box or your digital product business is going to be in the middle. Okay, that's what it's going to be. So the 3 profitable categories that you can choose is health, wealth, which is money, business, relationship, lifestyle, personal growth. Okay, now this is what's profitable. If your product is not in one of these niches, it's not going to be a profitable niche. Okay, remember, we're not going about how we're feeling, we're going about what's working. Now, personal growth, that's a very wide category. So there's a lot of, I know people are doing Bible study journals, self-development courses, going through grief. That all is part of the profitable category. Okay, so you wanna go according to market psychology and not be in your own mind about this. Okay, so just to give you an example, a broad category would be, for instance, fitness. Remember I said you can't just sell to one, or you can't just sell to everybody? So this is what a lot of people do, is they say, I'm in fitness. That's my niche, okay? But you have to hone in a little bit more and niche down even further, like postpartum fitness for new moms, okay? Or because that's how people are going to find you. What are they Googling at night when they are at home and they've got their own time and they're scrolling social media? What are they Googling, right? What are they Googling? Think of it, let that sink in a little bit. Because those are the words that you need to put into your niche. What is it that you help? To give you an example, mine was my perfect customer is a mom, someone that's tired of living paycheck to paycheck, because I was that mom tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I was that mom who felt the whole world was on her shoulders. So what I remember I was Googling how to make money online at night. So I knew that that would be my niche. Other people, other moms, other parents searching for how to make money online, right? So think about the category, okay, that you want to be in. Those are the categories. And the one that you want to niche down in, okay? All right. I'm sure we will have time to open up for some questions, guys. We're actually covering a lot in one day. So I would just take some screenshots. If you have any questions, write it down and we'll see if we have some time to answer that. Okay, but remember, we're still 2 days here. And tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to physically create this product, which is going to be mind-blowing. So rules for a profitable niche. This is something you can screenshot. Always have a clear problem and a clear solution. You want to always know that you're helping someone. When someone has a problem or a pain point and you have the solution, you're in business. There needs to be a market demand. People need to be already looking for this. Now, ways that they can look for this is Facebook, social media. Go into groups where your perfect customer is hanging out in. I'm going to use an example again. Let's use a fitness example. If I know that I'm doing a fitness program for moms that have just had babies and they are struggling, they want to bounce back to their normal weight, I'm going to look for mom groups, okay? I'm going to go look for those Facebook groups on Instagram or TikTok, and I'm going to just go look at what is it that they are commenting. What is it that they are looking at? What are the things that they are asking? Because those are the things that they are buying. Those are the pain points that you want to know, right? And then your experience or your story. Now, I want to emphasize this. A lot of people, they don't want people to know them. If you're one of those people, you won't be long in business because you are meant to shine. I'm not talking about, you don't have to show your face on social media and start dancing on social media. But what I'm saying is people buy from people they know, like, and trust. They want to get to know you. That's why they will buy from you, because they trust that you're the person that in your product is a solution to their problems. Make sure to share your story. Now, I share my story all the time, okay? And I'm going to share it now. I'll share it with you so you can see what I mean. So let's define yours. Write this down. I help. Who's that person that you help? Don't think about 1 million people now. Think about that one person that you are helping. Just that one person. I help what person achieve what result using which method. Okay, so if it's someone that helps people get over grief, I help people who have lost loved ones achieve an inner peace using my 7-step grieving framework. Can you see? Or I help moms who wants to be at home with their kids achieve financial freedom using a step-by-step proven method so they can spend 1 to 2 hours a day on their phone. The rest of the time they can be with their kids, or using a step-by-step framework in how to have an online business, right? So write that down. Share with me in the comments. Share with me in the comments, what is that? I help who achieve what result using what method? Danella is saying here, your story doesn't have to be soppy. Absolutely not. Your story doesn't have to be soppy. Your story can be a story of victory, right? It can be you lost a lot of weight and it's like, wow, or you found a new life at 50 or new love at 50 after maybe you went through a divorce or whatever. It doesn't have to be a soppy story. Okay, so Leonie is saying, I help overworked parents quit their 9 to 5 to be more present with their kids using a proven done-for-you system to earn online income and have financial and time freedom. Okay? What is there for men? Beer. So Tasha, think about how you can help for men not have to be at the bar and drink a beer. Okay? Whatever it is. I help who achieve what result? Let me know in the comments. Not sure. A million ideas running through my head. I help first-time comrades marathon runners finish in time with my proven run 3 days a week program. Ooh, I love that. Help women over 50 to be more self-confident. I help kids study and young people to become financially free. That is awesome. So what I want to coach you on a little bit is when you say you are helping someone to become financially free, that is very vague because everyone wants to be financially free. I asked someone the other day, I said to her, what in your life right now, what can happen in your life right now that would help you live the life that you always wanted to live? And she said, well, obviously more money because everyone wants more money. But let me say, and I said, no. Don't say that. Don't just diss the more money thing. What if I could show you how to make more money working less? Right? Because if money is not the issue, what would you be doing? What would you be doing? You see, we're so accustomed to working for money all the time that we keep on chasing this money thing, but it's never enough because we've never learned how to let money work for us, the other way around, right? That's why I know I have a solution for someone's problem. And that's what you need to know. You need to know that you have a solution. So if you say you're helping someone to financial freedom, say it more specific. Like, I'm helping someone not have to budget when they go buy their groceries, right? If you're helping marathon runners, I'm helping them do that with their 3 days a week. I love that. That was very clear. Okay. Running 3 days a week at optimal performance or whatever, right? Whoever you help with, whatever you help them with, using a method. We're going to get into that a little bit later. So I help moms start digital businesses from home using done-for-you systems. That is an example that you can use, right? So this is why I'm going to share a little bit of my story so you can get the story behind it, because we all have a story. And if you can connect your story to what you are offering someone, right? That is the magic bullet. Remember I said, you can't just create something that you're passionate about. You have to create something that people are actually already buying. Now, that was me. I was during COVID, I was in the beauty industry. And after COVID, I left my corporate job. I actually taught business owners how to make money from nothing in the corporate world. And then when COVID happened, I realized, I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I could never afford it. And in COVID, I took the time. I was like, I'm going to take my chance because my salary fell. And I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do now because I want to be a stay-at-home mom. So what I did was I went online, I looked for beauty courses, and I did some extra beauty courses. I took my pension money from my corporate job and I opened up this beauty salon that costed me a lot of money, a lot of time learning and all of that, right? My whole reason for starting a business was to have more financial freedom and more time freedom. But what ended up happening was 3 years down the line, I was working so hard just to make more money. And at the end, I found myself in a place where I couldn't keep up with the bills, but I kept on working. Is there anyone that's feeling like they're on a hamster wheel? Just say me if that's you. You're feeling like you're just on this hamster wheel, right? I felt like that. I felt like I just can never get ahead. Every month there's something new that pops up. And man, this is not how life is supposed to be. This is not the life I saw happening for me. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be there with my kids. I want to buy them the stuff that they need, let alone the stuff that they wanted, right? And that's when I started looking for a way to earn an extra income. Because the one day, and all of you who know me, you know the story, my one child brought a letter to me and said, she can't go back to school if I don't pay the school fees. For 3 years, I was stuck in a rut, not knowing that you could make more money. I didn't know that. I didn't know this existed, right? Until the moment where it became so bad that I had to do something about it. And that's when I started Googling, started looking around. And that's in that period when I discovered that you could actually make money online. And because I discovered it, and I made my first $100,000 in 7 months. Now, this year, I made it in just over 3 months. I became better and I became successful. I started coaching people on this, right? And it became my passion because I started doing something that I didn't know existed. So what happened there? I had a pain. I was suffering alone, not knowing how to get more money. The solution was I bought something a program that taught me how to make money. I got success from it, and that's why I do it, because I know what it meant for me. Just put a yes in the comments if that feels like that talks to you. If that talks to you. Does that? Oh, there's so many comments, right? Talks to you. What if I didn't have a story? Can you see why it's so important to have one? And why most of the time, 100% of the time, you already have that story inside of you. You already have a product inside of you that wants to be created, because you can help so many people if you get out of your own way, you get out of your head, and you start learning how you can do this. And this is why I'm so proud for you to be here. You that are here, I'm so proud that you're here, because you stopped settling. This is you stopping to settle, because you can create something once that you maybe struggled with, or a pain point that you had, that you can create once and you can sell it over and over again. And let me tell you, I always say, if you care about people and you really care about having an impact in people's lives, you will be rich. You will. Because that moment when people come back to you and say, oh my goodness, thank you, Lizelle. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing me this. I would never be in this position if it wasn't for you. It's not that I did it. It's just all I did was I showed them the solution. Can you see? You have something in your heart right now that you can help someone else with. And you might think it's not that important, but it is. It's gonna help so many lives. I have a friend, she's an interior designer, okay? And she had no idea how to take her business online. She was like, Lizelle, I have to physically be there to help people and furnish their place. I can't make money online. And I was like, you can, you just don't know yet that you can, because you don't have those skills yet. You haven't learned how you can do it. So what I did is I took an hour, I took this whiteboard and I mapped out an entire business plan for her. I didn't add anything. I only showed her what she was already doing that she could monetize online. That's what I did. So she was doing online consultations for designers, for people that wanted her help. Okay, she was doing online consultations. So she was already spending hours and hours on these calls with these people, and she was saying, Lizelle, I can't work that much. I feel like I'm working around the clock, right? And I said to her, okay, how many hours do you want to work? What's most important to you? If money is not an option, what is most important? Well, she said, I can work 4 hours a day. What's most important to me is my family. I want to be home when my kids come from school. I want to be able to cook them dinner. I don't want to run around like a rabbit or a hamster all the time just going after work to get a pay. I said, okay, so let's start with what you want. So I mapped it out for her. I said, okay, you want to work 4 hours a week. You want to, and you want tell me what you are doing. Okay, she's doing online consultations. I said, okay. So the online consultations, what are people struggling with the most? Now, I hope you hear me saying this, guys. I hope you hear me saying this. I asked her the right questions. I didn't ask her, what type of product would you like to create me? I asked her, what is the pain point that you are seeing that your customers are struggling the most with? Why are they coming to you and not doing it themselves? And here's what she said. She said, well, Lizelle, they don't know how to make their space nicer without spending a lot of money. They don't have the money for a decent, like high-class interior decorator that charges like $50,000 and blah, blah, blah. They don't have that. And they don't want to pay that, but they don't have the knowledge to turn a small space into a bigger one. They have too many Pinterest ideas. They don't know their style. They don't know these things. So I said to her, okay, so let's look at how we can package that. So if you can solve the problem of the space and teach them some knowledge, some skills that you know as a designer, do you think you will have less people calling you? Yes, Lizelle, but then I'll have less money. I said, So let's package that into a digital product. What if you could create a style personality test? Because she has got something. I just went with what she already had. I said, okay, you have a style personality test that they complete, right? So why don't we put that in a PDF? And that can be your lead magnet. So that when they come into your funnel, they get that for free, and at least they can sort out their style. And what if you can upsell them inside your email list to a PDF that you created where you teach them the different type of colors that work with the different type of rooms, how a small room can look bigger. You teach them the color cycle, the color wheel. You teach them all of those things. And maybe when you've done the PDF, why don't you do just a short training video? Like when you do a consultation with a client that wants to make a small space look bigger, why don't you just use that training? Do a quick 10-minute video on Zoom with yourself, sharing slides, and you package that into that digital product and you sell that for $300. Can you see where I'm going with this? Can you see where I'm going with this? Because now what we did was we took all the time that she was spending running after people, right? We packaged it into a digital product, so now we're upskilling them. They're being upskilled. But if they still want her service, now she can up her price. You see what I mean? So instead of working harder, she's going to work now smarter. So now if they still want her to do it, and they still, because she said she only wants to do really online, okay? Then if they still want to see her, she can charge double or triple what she used to charge for it. And she can set aside 2 hours a week. That includes her 4 hours that she can spend for calls. That way, she can book it out. Okay, I'm available on a Wednesday and I'm available on a Friday. So that when someone books, they either get that slot or they don't. In other words, she still has structure. No one comes and shifts her around, her structure around. She's not running around. She's got structure, right? The next thing she said to me, okay, Lizelle, but I am making money with the people that, I order furniture for them and I have to check that everything's packed out. I said, okay, what about you outsource that? So you've got your digital product, you've got style personality test, you've got your high consultation fee that you're charging, you are giving them a lot of value. What if you could outsource the furniture part, give it to someone, bless someone with that business, but ask affiliate commission so that you still don't lose, you still get something for that sale. Can you see? Now let me tell you, we easily took her income from $1,000, $2,000 there, $2,000, maybe $3,000 a month to over $10,000. Because now she doesn't have to see clients to make money. Because clients are going to come into a funnel. She's just going to do her social media. They're going to get everything from her at a fraction of the price. Because what's her customer's pain point? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make the small space look bigger. I don't know what my style is, right? Do you think the customer is rather going to pay a $47 or a $300 program than pay $10,000 or $5,000 for a consultation? Do you think so? So now she's helping the client save money and time. When you can save people money and time, you will be in business forever. Because now the client doesn't have to sit with her an hour on a call and have to pay so much money for that time. She can get it all in a document. Can you see? This is what's so amazing about it. Okay, so let me carry on. So you know my soppy story, okay? My soppy story is financially, and I believe that we go through things in life to help other people. If I didn't go through this financial struggle, if I didn't feel like a failure as a mother, if I didn't cry myself to sleep at night, not even knowing how I was going to pay the school fees and all the debit orders that were going off, if I didn't go through that, do you think I would have related with people that I help today? I would not. I would just be in the business of making money. It either works or it doesn't. But now I've got passion behind it because I've been there. This is why I've got passion to help people, right? So just to show you, I just want to show you, I want to build some belief in you because I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is too good to be true. So that's my South African bank account. There's June, August. I just need to draw the latest, but there's 93,000. So this is just to show you what is possible. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to make these figures. What I'm saying is if you put in the work, you can make these figures. So here's Kiara. Again, I'm showing you what's possible, guys. Kiara, she's one of my customers. She was the one that lost a lot of weight. I'm so proud of her because she said to me, Lizelle, I had a total body transformation. I never thought that I would be able to lose weight. So now I want a financial transformation. Now, guess what happened here? She started with my system. It's digital magnetic system. It's a business in a box. If people don't know how to make money online, it's just an easy way to get started. That's how I help people because the pain is they don't know how and I know how to help them, right? So what Kiara did was she started. But because, and this is very important, because she shared her story, she unlocked another income stream. So if you've been scared to share your story, doesn't matter what it looks like, you know, you have income streams inside of you that's waiting to be yours. She unlocked a complete different income stream. She had a product. She had people asking her because she shared her story. People were like, oh my goodness, what did you do? How did you lose the weight? What did you do? And what did she do? She was like, oh my goodness, instead of repeating all of this, I'm going to put this in a PDF document. I'm going to sell it. And she sold it for $99. She had 37 sales within a couple of weeks. She made over $3,600. And she was a brand newbie like you, a brand newbie, right? Samantha, she had a beauty salon. She was a hard worker. She had multiple businesses, physical businesses that she was running. And when she had a baby, she was just like, she was watching me for a year on social media. Like, man, it looks nice to make the money, but I'm scared to make the money. What are people going to think of me? What am I going to tell people? I don't want to look like a beginner, blah, 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 right? And then when she had a baby, she just realized the one day she doesn't want to drop the baby off at a daycare. She wants to be there for her son. She's tired of, I mean, if you're a parent on here, just raise your hand or just let me know yes in the comments. If you agree, once you become a parent, you change completely. What was important in your life, all of a sudden isn't important anymore because now it's all about your kids, right? So she was like, I need to change. I need to do something different. She started after a year of watching me, knowing this was possible. She made $10,000 in her first 10 weeks, guys. In her first 10 weeks. Here's what she did. She started with the system. But then she also, because she had the knowledge of doing nails and being in the beauty industry, she created a gel nail workshop that she sold for $150. Again, she unlocked a different level income stream, and there she makes $10,000 as a complete newbie in the digital space, right? So before we go into the perfect customer, because this is going to be an extremely nice part, because I love the perfect customer part. I want you to share with me what has been standing out for you now. What stood out for you now? I just want to see. If there is anyone that wants to come up, just raise your hand. There's a toggle at the bottom that says raise hand. Just come share with me, 1 or 2 people. I just want to know because I want you to start processing it. Yes.
Sorry, can you just make me co-host so I can help? The Zoom threw me out.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So if you could just see who's raising their hand, or you can raise your physical hand or the hand at the bottom. Just come up and share with me what stood out for you now. Okay, the sky's the limit. You are only limited by your lack of imagination. I'm glad I've got options, story. I came in here thinking I have nothing to teach, but now I know exactly what I can possibly teach. That's amazing. I love that, right? Anyone want to come up and share? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay, just check, guys. We're not sharing email addresses and anything in here now. Okay, I don't want you guys to lose focus here. Okay, Cormarie, let's go.
Hi, Lazelle. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I must say what you've said tonight is all things that I've heard before, and but something in the way that you said it and presented it tonight just clicked. I was on the previous event and I was looking at things, but now it was just kind of like, aha, okay. I'm figuring out how to refine this and to really niche down so that I am now getting an idea. Okay, cool. I'm starting to think if I can implement this in my product and I can put that in my product. And I'm sure after this one, I'm going to launch my own product and I'm super excited for that. So thank you.
Awesome. Well done. Well done for showing up. So let me ask you, Cormarie, before you go. What is it that sparked something inside of you? There's an additional product because I know you also have your online business, right?
Yes, indeed. So, I've always wanted to have an additional product, and I've always known that I was meant for more. But as you were speaking about refining your niche and refining who you're speaking to really call out that person, I was actually going to ChatGPT because I've always thought my target market is between 25 and 35. But then I realized, so I asked, okay, what generation is this? Because saying that I help these people will achieve this using that, when I said 25 to 35 or young South African ladies, it's just not hitting home and really refining what I want to do. So I went to Google and I'm like, okay, what generations do these people fall in? And then it was like millennials and Gen Z. And then I just realized in that moment, yes, I might be the youngest of the millennials, but I resonate more with the millennials than I do with Gen Z. So I'm not going to focus on the 25 to 29-year-olds anymore. I'm focusing 29 to 40. And then I asked, okay, but what are the pain points that these people are feeling and what are they struggling with? And it was like ChatGPT just hit me with everything that's been going on in my mind. So I'm so excited to niche down and figure out, okay, cool, this is exactly how I'm going to package it. And this is how I'm going to help them because, yes, selling DMS is absolutely amazing. But I've realized like there's so much more that I want to do. I don't want to just teach someone how to build a business. I want to teach them how the heck do you break free from all these things that we've been told. You need to work a 9 to 5. You need to stay in the town where you grew up, whatever. I'm currently in Georgia in Europe because I just said I've had enough. I want to go travel the world. I want to see the world. And if I go back to South Africa, great. But then it's going to be a conscious decision. And I want to inspire others to do the same, to think and really create a life by design. So yeah, thank
That
you.
is awesome. That is awesome. Well done, Cormarie. I'm so excited to see what you are going to create. Well done.
Thank you.
Yolandi.
No, Lizelle,
Uh,
it's Marcel first.
Oh, sorry, Marshall. Okay, Zanel, I will let you do that.
I actually let the ladies go first, but since I was called out like that, that's fine. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much. So I've been seeing you on social media for a while, a couple of months. I only started on a different program in September as well, so that's great. And I'm actually part of Cecilia's community, and she sent the
Okay.
so thanks to Cecilia for this as well. So for me, what stood out for me is, like I mentioned, I'm a part of another program, which also, teaching kind of online digital marketing, all that stuff. But the main thing that you're speaking about is your innate kind of assets that you potentially have, and not just selling someone else's brand or products, something that
Water
you
koop asseblief.
something that you potentially innately have that you can actually sell. And so what I've been trying to do on my TikTok was to try and engage people on create digital assets, because you have physical assets. That's actually
Nou doen
the barrier to the engagement of those assets are either a lot of time and a lot of money. So for me, was trying to kind of define or help people steer people into creating their own digital asset, being it, like you said, an ebook, a PDF, or anything like that. For me, I've got a physical business. It's small. I lost my job in April of this year, a 20-year career in IT.
Marshall, let me just cut you for the sake of time a little bit because let me help you here. So if you are like I hear you are selling another program, right? So you started that program probably for income.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing that you can do. You can sell the same thing as everybody else, but you still have a niche. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? So your niche might be, yes, in the wealth industry because you're teaching people how to make money online, but your niche is going to be different. It's a person who you are helping, and that niche needs to be different from other people. You know, most of the time it's different from other people. So a lot of people will
Yeah.
say, well, I help people make money online. Okay, it's very bland, it's very vague because there's a lot of that going on online. So who are you helping? Who are you helping? And if it's something that you can create out of your own as well at a later stage, you need to sow those seed now. You need to start sowing it into your content. That's what's going to set you apart at the end of the day. So do you know who you're helping? What is the solution that you're offering?
Laid off dads with a family to feed, essentially.
Okay.
That has a skill, but doesn't know how to actually monetize it.
So you're actually changing the generational way of doing things because, you know, now the dads were almost not there, almost not present, the husbands, because they always have to work. Were you changing the game for all the husbands because now you're teaching them how they can make money from anywhere and still be a present dad, a present husband, and be there with their kids? What's going to happen? The dads are going to have better relationship with their kids. They're going to be a part of their kids' lives. Where most of them, I mean, look at the world. Most of the dads aren't even present. You changing the game for them, and that's what makes you that's what sets you apart completely.
Thank you.
Does it resonate?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. So another one. Let's one more, and then what I'm going to show you guys is I know there's a lot of things going in your mind right now. You might be feeling like, oh my goodness, but I like so many things. There are so many problems that I'm seeing. Like I feel like I'm all over the place. In the next 3 days, we are going to package that all out. Okay, by the end of these 3 days, you are going to know exactly who your niche is. You're going to know exactly what type of product to create. You are going to know exactly how to sell it. Okay, so just stay in the process with this next section, which is your perfect customer. The lights are going to go on because with the next section in your perfect customer, when you know your perfect customer inside out, your content becomes easier. It doesn't become selling anymore. It's serving. It's a completely different game. If you don't know this, you will always feel like you're always working hard. It's because when you do know your perfect customer, you hardly have to think because you know them so well. Okay, Yolandi.
Hi, how are you, Lizelle?
Good, and you?
Good, thank you. And thank you so much for being invited to this training course. I'm really excited. I want to show you guys something. It was actually inspired by a friend of mine that's leaving the local area, and very kind-hearted family. And today I actually designed a book. It's something I never dreamed of doing. And I designed a personalized book, which I got today printed. And when I spoke to, I'm not going to mention names, and it's personalized to her son, who's 3 years old. And I spoke to someone who invited me to this course. They said, well, you're already there. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do with it. This is just a gift. It's not something that I've intended on selling, but I want to make money online. My husband and I have been through a lot of struggles. We do have our own little business, but it hasn't come with struggles with people that have.
So what would you say, Yolandi? What would you say? Who are you helping?
I want to help the younger generation, but we've got so many different things that we want to do and put out there online. Like I want to do personalized books for people's children or for their family that's personalized to their family, that's something they can take away with and you know, have forever.
Okay, let me help you here. Well done on the book. Well done. So let me help you. Because you're one of those that's all over the place now. Okay, there's a lot of ideas.
Yeah. My mind is everywhere.
Well. So you have to focus on one thing.
Yes.
So if you have to put yourself out of the picture, right? What are they already purchasing online? What are they already buying? What are people already buying? And what pain are you helping with? And if you have to look at everything, what is the thing that's going to help them now? What's the thing that's going to know is going to help them now?
I heard you earlier and you said that you mustn't create something that's your passion. You need to find something that is going to help other people. So yeah, so this is just a little something I did, which has now made me like so overwhelmed and everything. But I see there's a bigger market. So you gotta look, and this is now where I'm stuck. I wouldn't know where to continue with this, or how to advertise, or
Okay,
put
so
it out
stay in.
there.
Make sure you join live because we're going to work through this now in the next 2
Yes.
days as well. And this next section, this perfect customer, is going to help you also a lot. Okay.
I
So when
battled for the first 30 minutes to actually join. It said that it was too full, and then I kept going and going and going for 30 minutes, and then eventually I was able to join. So I don't know if I missed anything in the first 30 minutes.
Oh, it's good that you mentioned that. Yeah, we capped at 500 on the score.
I'm a persistent person.
Well done. So, Yolandi, stay tuned now for the next section. This is going to help you a lot. So, if you're anything, thank you, Yolandi. If you're anything like her and your mind is like all over the place, put a 1 in the comments there for me. Let me see. If your mind is all over the show, my best advice for you is focus on one area. Get very, very good with that one product. Then you expand later. And think about the product that's going to help now. Okay, not the one that you like the most, the one that's going to help now. Your passion will eventually become it, because you're going to help people. And this is a human thing, by the way. We do want to help people. All of us want to help people, and it's better to give than to receive. But we want to do it the other way around. We want to do what we like first, and then we wonder why it doesn't work. It's actually when you start helping people and you see the difference you make in their lives, that's when that passion gets fueled and you start creating better things. Okay, so now we're going to get into, my favorite part. I love the perfect customer because this is what changes the whole entire game for you. I saw a lot of people with an online business, even with a physical business. And then they're like, Lizelle, I know I've got a good product. Or Lizelle, I know I've got a good service. I just don't know. Creating content takes forever. I feel like it's such a big job and I just don't know how to get more leads and how to get more people. It's because they don't truly know who they are talking to. They just don't know. If you are not 100% sure, now when I say know someone, I call it creating your customer avatar, okay? You have to have one person in mind. Who in your life right now can benefit from what you have or want to create? Think about that. Who in your life now is, in your mind, your perfect customer, because you know you can help this person? When I started with my online business, there was this lady that worked with me. She was newly divorced. Although she wasn't married, I was married. She went through the same emotions that I did, feeling like everything's on my shoulders. I have to do everything because I've been divorced before, and you're working hard. It's not like you're not working hard. You're always working, and it just feels like it's never enough. She was going through that, and I just had her in my mind, so that when I was thinking of creating products, if I was thinking of creating content, I would think about her, and I would imagine myself talking to her. Because when you hone in on one specific person like that, everything else starts making sense. Okay? And here's what's going to happen. When you know your perfect customer, you stop guessing what to post. You know exactly what they need to hear. Like I knew my customers were Googling how to make money online at night because I was the one doing that too. So I will never forget, TikTok actually took my account twice away because it went so viral, and because there's so many fake people that impersonates me on TikTok. But I did a few of those posts and it completely went viral. It's because I was calling out my perfect customer. I was talking their language. I wasn't saying, here are 5 ways that you can make money online. I was saying, I was just that mom Googling how to make money online. I was speaking directly to her. I was calling her out in the marketplace. And what happens is you stop chasing random followers. You attract buyers who are already looking for what you have to offer. I'm about to teach you something, guys, that's going to change the entire game for you financially. Okay, we're almost there. I'm going to teach you. Because a lot of people think they have to have a lot of followers to be able to make a lot of money. I personally know a lot of celebrities, okay, just because of our connections, that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers. They're making zero from those accounts. It's just people that are just interested. They just like, but they're not their buyers. So if you thought that you had to have a lot of followers, you can make more money with 200 people following you than you can with 200,000 people following you. And if you don't know yet, take it from someone that knows, okay? I've had all the type of accounts. And what happens is you start attracting those buyers that are already looking for it. And you create products that sell themselves. That's why it becomes so easy because your product is built for a real problem to solve a problem that they're already looking for. It just sells itself, and you save time and energy and frustration because you're no more throwing spaghetti at the wall, just hoping things work. You know exactly who you are there to help. When I had my online business and I started, guys, that was the first thing that I saw was the missing gap, people not making money online. At the time when I started with the done for you system and everyone was selling the same thing. And I couldn't understand, why is it that some of us are successful in making a lot of money and some aren't? And as I had one-on-ones with hundreds and hundreds of people, right, I could clearly see, that was the very first thing that I saw, was they are not sure who they're talking to. They just want to make a sale. So they just show up online and they're trying to make a sale. And that makes them sound salesy and desperate. Where if you know who you're helping, it's a completely different messaging. So your perfect customer is someone who's already looking for a solution. Now, here is the thing that I want you to get today. And this makes me extremely excited because, the buyer that you are looking for is someone that has a problem, but like a lot of people have problems, but your buyer has urgency. And I hope it's like a ding ding today for you. Your buyer wants the help now. They want the solution now. They don't want to wait for it. They are looking, they're Googling, they're just waiting to find the right, and then they buy. Does that make sense? Think about something that maybe you've been looking at something. Let me tell you a quick little story. I had a guy, now I can tell you my version, right? Or my experience. So I teach people how to make money online, okay? So this guy, he actually joined me on a previous program that I started off with. And a year went past and he didn't really do anything about the program, okay? And so he was seeing my success. By the time he contacted me, and this was about 3 months ago, by the time he contacted me, I was already by my third South African million, or by fourth. It was like I was already a multi-six-figure earner in dollars. By the time he contacted me, he bought a program from me a year before, but he didn't do anything about it. So he phones me up and he says, Lizelle, you know what? When I started this thing, I was already working a 9 to 5. I had a comfortable salary and I knew I needed a way to make an income. I knew that my job and where the economy was going, I needed to create some extra income streams. But you know what? I bought the program from you and I did nothing about it. But now I lost my job. My wife is not in a position financially that she can look after all of us. So I have no other way but to start doing it now. Who had urgency? The number 1 version of him or the number 2 version of him? The number 2 version of him is one that's willing to pay for transformation. Now, by his luck, he did pay for it, but he didn't really have urgency. And you are going to have those type of buyers, but those are not the ones you're going to talk to online. Those are not the ones that you want to attract. Here's why. You want to attract someone that's got urgency because they are the ones that are going to have results. And if they have results, you are going to be more successful because more people are going to want to buy from you because your customers have results. Can I get an amen in the comments there? Right? It's the honest truth. Okay? When you can help people achieve success, you will be better off for it. Not just emotionally because you're going to feel so good for helping people, but your business is going to thrive because you are actually helping people to be successful. Okay? That is the number 1 thing, guys, in the buyer that you want. You want a buyer that's urgency. I can guarantee you from this day forward, if you are already in business and you already do content, your content's going to look different, isn't it? Your content's going to look different now because now you know more who you're talking to. You're talking to that one that's looking for a solution and they're willing to do anything for that transformation. Okay? They have a spending intent. They know it's going to probably cost them money to help with this solution. Okay? Let's think about where I was. Okay? I needed an income and I needed it like yesterday. I had to work right through December. That's when I started 2023. I started my online business because that's how desperate I was to change my situation. I didn't want to start the new year broke. Okay. I had that urgency and I knew it's probably going to cost some money to make more money, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, I wasn't in the business of making peanuts anymore. I was already working, guys, getting actually a good income, but still not making enough because of the cost of living that was rising. So I wasn't even willing to work for $150 for a 45-minute teaching English class that I needed to. I wasn't even willing to work for that because for me, I was done of working more and never getting ahead. So I was willing to pay for transformation. And when I saw people making money online, changing their lives like that, I did not know this was going to be my transformation, but I had the hope that it was going to be. And I was like, I'm willing to pay for that. Tell me what I need to do to be able to transform my life like that. I didn't have the money, but I made a plan to get the money to start. If someone wants to lose weight and their health is taking a knock and they can barely get out of their chair and they can't sleep at night, they've got heart palpitations and they are fearing their life, don't you think that they're going to pay for someone to help them become healthier, help them lose weight? Don't you think they are going to pay for that transformation? Yes, they are. People are willing to pay for that transformation. Now, there's a difference, okay? When you are creating a PDF, which we call a low ticket product. Now we're going to get into that tomorrow. You're going to know tomorrow exactly what to charge for your product. Your mind is going to be blown with what you can charge and what people will pay for, okay? But which is so exciting because a lot of people do themselves in this way because they feel guilty for what they charge. So if you create a PDF product and it's like maybe a generic meal plan, okay? Let me give you this example. I want to lose weight. So now I go buy a generic meal plan. In other words, I can get it online for $27, right? Can I expect an amazing transformation with it? Yes or no? Can I expect like a complete transformation? Six-pack, very healthy, lose a lot of weight, be healthy, have a lifestyle change? Or can I expect maybe to have a little quick fix, maybe lose a little 5 kilograms of water and then just go back to my weight that I was? Can you see the difference? Where that's $27. But what if a personal trainer comes to me and say, I'm going to charge you $2,700, but I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to go look at what are the foods that you're already eating. I'm going to work out a plan for you to still keep eating the foods that you like. I'm just going to show you how to make it more healthy. I'm going to show you some exercises that you like because I don't want you just to lose weight just for a week or two. I want you to change your lifestyle so that you can never ever have to wear a size whatever you don't want to wear. So that you can always have a lot of energy. So you can feel good about yourself. So you can be confident about yourself. Look at this person. That's what she did, right? I'm willing to pay for that transformation. Are you? Right? So the difference between a low ticket product, which is about $27, and a high ticket product is the transformation. But we're going to get into that tomorrow. Okay? Because that's where the real money lies. And I'm going to show you what that's all about. So here's the difference between buyers and browsers. Browsers would say, this is interesting. They would like your post. And they're like, okay, this is good. Or you have your friends and family that say, oh, that is so pretty. Or whatever you created, that's so good. But they're not necessarily your buyer. Your buyer's got that urgency. They want to buy now. They need this now, right? Browsers, they consume content. Buyers want to take action. They are ready to take action. Browsers, they just want to get a freebie. But they don't have any intent spending money with you. They just takers. They just want to get that freebie. Where a buyer wants to solve a problem. That's what's more interested for them. So a buyer has a pain that they want solved, okay? And they've got a timeline. So there's urgency. They don't want to wait to have this transformation. They want it now. Or they want the help now, right? They have a budget or an income desire. And they have a reason to do it now, not later. Okay, so when you do create your content and you start creating, your product and what you stand for, you need to be able to know your buyer like this. This is Susie. She wants to know how to, she's a new mom and she doesn't know what to feed her child and she's having struggles because she's got the child on a different type of milk. She's clueless. And she's frustrated because she's not getting any sleep. She's not enjoying motherhood, right? The timeline it's urgent. She's like wanting to divorce her husband because how can he get her into the situation? She didn't know kids were such hard work, right? She's got a budget or an income desire. She's like, man, I just need someone. I need to pay someone to get me, to help me, just to, who can I go see, And she needs a reason. Oh, she's got a reason to do it now. She'll do anything to get that sleep, to just feel normal again, to enjoy motherhood. That's just an example. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is this is the fun part. I'm going to write down now the pain versus the desire. And while as I do it, this is something that you can do as well. Okay. So what I did was I created a digital magnetic system. That is a system that is a done for you system. But I'm telling you this for a reason. I created it because it's for any beginner who wants to start. They don't know what to sell. So I'm giving them products, I'm giving them the system, I'm giving them everything just to start helping them to start generating income. And when they create income, I'm helping them then to create their own digital products. Okay. Because my perfect customer, like you heard, is someone they need money, but they need it like yesterday. Okay. Poor Susie. I love that. So how I got to the creation of this is walking myself through my customers' pain points. And this is how it came about. Okay. So let's say this is now supposed to be a palm tree, guys. Okay. If we do that. Okay. So that is an island. Okay. So I want this to look better, it's like, you guys see? Okay. Then I think you guys will let me know if something's unclear. So there's a lot of sunshine and it looks all good, This is the greener side, the greener grass. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So what I want you to write down is the pain points, the pain. Okay. You can write this down in your notebook. If you want to list the pain, and then you want to go list the desire on the other end. Most of the time, your ideal customer, they don't even know that they have the pain and desire. They sometimes don't even know how to voice this pain or this desire. That's where you come in. If you can tell your customer what they are going through better than they can, man, you'll never have to worry about finances again, because you're going to help people and you're going to make money doing it, right? So the pain and the desire. So what I did was I knew a lot of people in the digital marketing space. I started digital marketing from scratch. I learned a lot of ways to make money online. So I knew that my type of customer that I wanted to help, they were desperate for money. Okay. Remember I spoke about the urgency. So I knew my customer's pain was desperate. They were in desperate need of dollars, of money. They were in a desperate need of money. My perfect customer is already working probably a 9 to 5. And if they're not working a 9 to 5, they probably have like a million side hustles that they are doing. So they're already feeling all over the place. Their number one pain is the money is not there and they need to find a way to get money. Okay. The second pain that they have was they could see people were making money online. Okay. And some of them even start. And then the tech process and the setup of everything confuses them that they give up before they even start. That is what I saw a lot. Remember I said to you, some people were being successful in the online space and some not. And these are some of those pain points. Like they were like, the tech was just an issue for them. A lot of people, they will buy a program and then because it's such a mission that they just leave it before they even start. Okay. The other thing that I saw was they were making some sales. Okay. So they were in the online space, some of them, and remember they're desperate, they need money. So they probably bought a program or something, but now the tech put them off. So some of them give up before they even started. And the other thing was some were getting sales, but not consistent. It wasn't changing their life. It was covering a hole, but it wasn't changing their life. So a lot of them didn't get consistent income, right? Number 4, I'm going to have enough space. A lot of them felt alone. Because they will get into digital marketing or an online business venture. There's so many, okay? They will get into it, but then they purchase something and then they feel alone, like someone's just leaving them. And now they have to figure it out by themselves. So they were feeling they were in business, but they were all alone in it, struggling, not making consistent sales. Okay. So their motivation faded. And because their motivation faded, they either ended up giving up or they ended up, and this is the worst part, I saw a lot of them that it would become a new normal for them. Not being successful, just now and then have a sell. So it's not setting them free. It still keeps them in that prison of never having enough. Okay. The other thing was, I saw a lot of people would start online and then they would lack in confidence. They're like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to show up online. Or they have a teleprompter up and they just say what the teleprompter say. Or they go faceless because they want to hide, which you can totally do this faceless. There's just a way around it, right? A lot of them lack the confidence because they didn't know how to start selling something that they haven't seen success in yet. And even if they had a sell, they would talk themselves out of it, you know? So they lacked a lot of confidence. Lacked confidence. Okay, I'm just going to put it like so, okay? The other thing that I saw was a lot of them did everything manually. And this I picked up in the one-on-ones that I was doing. I was like, oh my goodness, they are like manually doing the content section. They are manually emailing people. They are trying to figure everything out manually. So it's taking up all of their time where they're supposed to work like 2-3 hours a day. They are working 8 hours on an online business that's supposed to set them free, right? So I saw a lot of them, they did everything manually. Okay, how many? 7. And then the next one
Okay.
was,
Does it help? Can you just move a little bit down? Yeah, it's fine. Cool. Thanks.
okay, cool. Can you see me still? Okay. So the other thing that I saw was because there was no feedback, they didn't have like an online coach or they didn't have someone showing them the ropes. You know, like, do you guys agree it's much easier to learn from someone that's already went through something than for you to start to figure it out on your own, right? I mean, you can get to $10,000 a lot quicker if someone shows you step by step than buying something and trying to figure it out on your own. Do you agree, right? So that's what I saw. I saw that there was no feedback. They weren't getting feedback. They were left to fight for themselves, and I knew I could help with that, right? So they weren't getting any feedback. And then the last one, if I've got that, was time. This was a thing that my perfect customer really struggled with because they were already working 9 to 5. Can you see it, Zanel? Okay, they were already working a 9 to 5. Must I do this? They were busy. So they didn't have time to take a year off to learn a new way of doing things or learn how to make money online. They wanted to earn quickly. They didn't have time for hours and hours being on a call to start learning how this works. Time was a big issue for them. Okay, so these are the pain points. I hope you wrote yours down, okay? Or you can have a look here and write yours down because I'm going to give you some homework. So these were their pain points. Now, sometimes your customer doesn't even know what their desire is. They feel so stuck here that they can't even voice the desire. And this is where you come in, okay? So I knew that they were in desperate need of money, okay? But they needed someone to show them the how. I also knew I needed to make money. I knew people were making money online. I could see it, I could Google it, but I needed to know how. So what I did was I introduced a step-by-step plan, a step-by-step roadmap, where I taught them how to make their first $5,000 to $10,000 online. I mean, I knew that I've been doing it, right? And I knew how quickly I would do it. And all I did was I took my skills, what I already know how to get them there, and I just broke it down into a step-by-step in exactly what I saw has been working, not just for me, but for all the hundreds and hundreds of people that I was coaching at the time, right? So I just introduced a step-by-step. I thought, okay, oh, sorry, this is actually what they needed, okay? I'm putting in the 5 to 10K, but this is actually what they needed. They don't know they need a step-by-step. Like when I started, I was like, I just need someone to show me how. They don't know they need a step-by-step, but that's actually the desire, okay? So the tech, that was an issue. So what they were actually desiring was a done for you program. They wanted a setup that's already done for them. Okay. Please write the desire points a bit bolder. Okay, so it looks like I have to stay in the black. Okay. Step-by-step roadmap. Okay, done for you. They want something done for you. They don't want to build their own system. They don't want to connect their own system. Their desire was actually, they just wanted to get started and they just wanted a system that's done for them. Okay. They were not getting consistent income. Okay. So the consistent income was a big issue for them. So what they wanted was their desired income. Their desire was consistent income. Consistent income. Okay. Working from anywhere. That was their desire. Consistent income while working from anywhere. The fourth pain point was they were feeling alone. Okay, so they were feeling alone. They actually needed coaching support. They needed someone that could take them step by step and say to them, "Oh no, sorry. Hang on. Oh, there we go." They needed someone to show them step by step. Okay, here's where you're not going right, or do it this, or just let them know you're moving in the right direction. Instead of them wasting 3 months, 4 months, thinking they're doing it right, but not getting any of that feedback, right? It's going to bring me to one of my next points. They lacked confidence, okay? So what their desire was, they wanted confidence. They wanted to feel good about what they were doing, okay? They wanted to have confidence to show up. They didn't want to feel like people are going to judge them. They wanted to feel confident in what they were going to offer, okay? So a lot of them did stuff manually. So their desires, am I writing the right stuff down? Yeah. The desires was they wanted templates and tools. I mean, tell me by the show of hands or just me in the comments. Wouldn't it be easier for you if you can start your online business or your business or have your product and already have everything set out for you? Tools and templates that you can just grab and just post without having to overthink, okay, what must I post? What must I do? What must I email? How is this going to work? How must I build the funnel? Right? It just makes so much more sense. Okay? That's what they wanted. They didn't know that, but they were just like, oh my goodness, I'm taking all this time into this business, but I'm not seeing the results of the business. So what they actually was looking for, they were looking for templates and tools. Okay. And then they weren't getting any feedback. That was one of the things, right? They weren't getting any feedback, and that was the big issue too. So what they wanted was they wanted to know if they were moving in the right direction. And they wanted, I'm going to say moving and results. They wanted results. Because no one was coaching them, saying to them, hey, if you do this and this and this, you are going to get your results. Now they were 2-3 months into their business, still not making money, and they don't know where they're going wrong, and no one's helping them. So what they needed was they wanted someone just to check. They wanted feedback, right? Time, I don't have space for this now, but time was the major thing as well. They wanted things to make it, they wanted everything to be automated, more things to be automated. Okay, they just didn't know that these stuff existed. Now it's your job. If you have pain points and you have something that you want to create, it's your job to put these desires in words. Now you can find this out from the Facebook groups, from social media. Check what it is, what they're looking for. I always ask if what is standing in the way of creating the best life that you can have right now. Most people are going to tell you money. I know that's a question I start off with because that was one of my things. And okay, if money wasn't an issue, what would your life look like right now? And I would just pull it out by them like that and just ask them question upon question to find out what are the kind of words that they are using. What is that desired life? Because everyone can tell you financial freedom. But your customer is not going to hear financial freedom because financial freedom is too widely used. So it's not going to stop their scroll. It's not going to let them buy in. But if you say, hey, financial freedom to me is being able to be at home with my kids, being at the sport events, and knowing that while I'm at the sport event, I can still make money. I don't have to be chained to a desk. I can still live my life and make money. Okay? That's financial freedom to me. What is it to your customer? That's something you have to figure out. So now is the best part that comes in. This is how are you going to give them the solution now? This is something that you need to figure out now. Okay. So what I did was, let me know. You guys still with me? We're almost done. You guys still with me? Is this helping?
Yes, it is. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Okay, great. Okay, great. So we've got the pain and we've got the desire, right? So now what you want to do is you want to find your product is going to be the bridge. Okay? This is going to be your product. Because your product is going to take them from their pain to their desire island where the grass is greener on the other side. Okay? So this is the product that's going to build that bridge. Now tomorrow is going to be amazing because we are going to help you choose that product. What exactly that product is, I'm going to give you over 200 digital product ideas. Okay? So if you are wrapping your brain right now, you don't have to have everything figured out today. I'm going to show you tomorrow. I'm going to give you a lot of ideas. You're going to know it. Okay? And you're going to know how to stack it to make even more money. So your product needs to be the bridge. So how can you take them from their pain to their desire? Now what I did was, I knew they needed money. I knew they needed the step by step. So that's where I actually went ahead. I made the 5 to 10K roadmap. So instead of them wondering how they're going to reach a goal, I set a goal for them and I said, I'm going to show you how to make your first $5,000 or $10,000 online. And I'm going to show it to you with a step-by-step roadmap so that you know exactly how to reach it. Okay. The tech was a huge issue for them. Okay. So what I did was I removed it all and I created a done for you system. So with the digital magnetic system that I created, I make sure that every single client is onboarded with someone else doing the tech for them so that we can completely take it off their plate. So they don't have to worry about connecting their system or building their funnels. They don't have to worry about it. We are already giving them something that's proven to work. All they need to do is just start. Okay. So that's what they did. So I created the done for you system. So now can you see the pain is now not there anymore? There's an answer to the pain. Can you guys see? That's the bridge. Okay. So the next thing was they weren't making consistent income. They were getting a sale now and again, but they weren't getting consistent income that was really changing their life. So what I created was multiple income streams. Okay. Whew, I don't know if you guys can read here. I need a bigger board that's wider. So I created multiple income streams. So what I created was, you know those funnels that I was talking about? I know my client most likely don't even know what a funnel is because I didn't. So what I did was, my multi-6-figure funnel that has made me multiple 6 figures in dollars online, all I did was I copied it, I even jazzed it up a little bit, and I built it into their system. How cool is that, right? Let me tell you, if I started with a system like this, man, I would have made $1 million a lot sooner because the income streams is already there. The funnels are already there. They don't have to create anything from scratch. So now I know if they just follow the process, the step-by-step roadmap, it's only a matter of time before they will get those income streams because they've got more than one. They've got 14 income streams running in the background for them constantly while they're sleeping, right? So the other feeling that they were having is they were feeling alone, right? They were feeling alone. So what they actually needed, they just needed someone. They needed someone to give them coaching support. So what I created pods. So when they join my program, I put them in a community, right? This is the pro, there's 2 levels. So I put them in a community so that they feel safe and they can get to know people. And then I put them in pods. So that these are bi-weekly pods where they grow with a 5 or 6 figure earner as a coach and they grow with their peers. With between like 10 to 15 people. They grow with these people, so relationships are formed, they grow a lot faster, they get results faster. Why? Because they're not in a sea of people not knowing what they're doing. They can get help immediately. They can get direction, they can get mindset, they're connected with other people on the same journey as them. I don't know about you, but that's something that helped me a lot in the beginning. I found people that could be on the same journey as me. And this is all that they needed because they needed that attention, right? So number 5 was they lacked confidence. Okay. So confidence was a big thing from the beginning. And even before I created this entire system, I created a program called Magnetic Sales Formula. Magnetic sales formula is all about getting out of your own mindset or getting out of your own way. It's about limiting mindset beliefs because you have a limiting mindset belief since small. It doesn't matter if you were brought up rich or poor. There was a certain limiting mindset that is keeping you stuck in your life. Okay, it could be that someone was nasty to you. It could be that you think money is never available. It could mean anything. It could mean that money is everything. Whatever it is, it's actually stopping you from achieving the results in your life. We all have that. None of us are perfect, right? So I created that course. I trained on biopsychology, getting out of your own head, getting passion and purpose for what you do, and just that course took digital marketers that has never made a sale in a year to all of a sudden make sales within their first 2 weeks. Just because of that course. And it was the one I started before I created this. So I knew I had to put this in here because I knew they were lacking confidence. So I decided to put the magnetic sales formula inside my program. Okay? The other thing they struggled with that was they did everything manually. Oh my goodness, they were taking hours just to create a video for social media. They couldn't be consistent with social media. They were like, it was just too much for them. They were not emailing. They were not keeping to the process. So what I did was I created an AI bot. Okay. Now this AI bot creates the content for them. It creates the emails for them. That AI bot is trained in a multi-six-figure strategy for an online business owner. So in other words, now they don't have to think, oh my goodness, what am I going to post? And this AI bot has been trained to help you sound like you, not someone else. Okay. So there's a process, 1, 2, 3. I take you through. You copy and paste in. You just answer who is your customer, who are you helping, what is the result, a little bit of your story, and then we call her. We call her our secret sales weapon. So what she does is she starts getting to know you. Okay. She already knows what works online. So what she does is she just creates everything. Your emails, even your business plan, even your motivation, even if you want Bible verses in the morning, she will give you that. Okay. So I knew they needed the templates and the tools and the AI bot. So not only did I give them the AI bot, I created an entire content vault with proven content that has worked, and I put that in that vault. And not just that, I'm updating it on a monthly basis. So if they struggle with time. They don't have time. They don't have time for hours of content. So in other words, they can just take it out of the vault, copy, paste it, put the AI bot in, change it a little bit to their story, and post. So what would have taken them hours takes them 5 minutes now, saving them time, right? So what I did was I created the AI bot. Okay, the other thing was the feedback. They didn't get feedback. They were in their digital marketing journey. I've done hundreds of one-on-ones. Okay, this is how good you need to know your customer. They were in their digital marketing journey, in their business. I even have business owners who took their business online, and they were just not getting feedback if they were being on the right track. So what I did was I implemented Monday calls in my community. So on a Monday, it's all about social media. We do content audits. We check your content. Instead of you waiting for months and months to start seeing a change, we help you on the Monday. We audit your content and let you know where you need to tweak. That's it. That's simple. Okay. So that's what I did there. And then I think the time, yeah, it's actually just the time. The AI bot is actually what helps the AI bot and the content vault. So can you see how from all the pain that they experienced, that my product now takes them is the bridge, which is DMS, is the bridge that takes them to their desire, where they want to be. That is what your product needs to do. So your customer currently has a pain point. They are urgently looking for a solution. You need to know, okay, this is what they are struggling with. This is what they desire. How can my product breach that desire? Okay, so tomorrow what I'm going to do is we're going to take that, okay? You're building that bridge today. That's your homework for today. I want you to go and write down your pain points, okay? The pain points of your customer. Don't get in your head with this, okay? Just don't think about the how. Don't think about how you're going to do the product, how you're going to set it, how you're going to deliver it. Don't think about that. The only thing that you need to think about is what are their pain points? What are they desiring? And then start thinking how, with your skills, with your knowledge, how you can bridge that gap. Okay. And then tomorrow, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to put that into a product. I'm going to show you how to price that And I'm going to show you to do it in a way that you can make more money than you've ever made in your life. My intention for you in this 3 days is that you can create a product and be in a much better financial position starting in 2026. Doesn't matter what your goal is. Your goal can be $1,000 like mine was in the beginning. It can be $5,000. It can be $10,000 a month. Just know that it is completely possible for you to do that. Stick with it. Come back tomorrow. Okay. Go do your homework. And tomorrow we're going to get into the product creation. Okay. So did that help you guys? Someone is sharing here. Did that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. I just want one or two just to come up and tell me, what are you seeing? Are you getting a clearer picture?
Yeah, now we're getting a clearer picture.
Is it? Okay,
Yes.
so what you are getting it. What stood out for you now?
What stood out for me now is that I really want to ask, what is the AI bot's name that you're talking about?
Secret sales weapon.
Secret, let me just write it down. Secret.
But you can see now how your product needs to bridge that gap, right?
Yes, yes, I do.
Because when
Thank
you know this, your content be a lot easier to get done.
I'm
The
just going
content,
to
the way you speak
screenshot
to your
this.
customer, all of that.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Lizelle.
It's a pleasure. All right, everybody, we have been busy for a long time, so I'm going to let you go. Just come back tomorrow, hop in early. Okay, you are going to learn tomorrow how to price your product. It's going to be amazing because a lot of people, they think the old way of doing things. They think they have to put in more effort, okay, to be able to make more money. I'm going to show you how not to do that and what people will actually pay for. It's going to be exciting. All right. Okay, everybody, I'll see you tomorrow bright and early.